Buongiorno a tutti. Um, Actually, Riccardo asked me to speak in English, so I prepare everything in English. I hope it's okay for everyone. So, okay, I have, I've thought about two different fragments of what is going to be my talk today. One, it's about nostalgia, emotion. The other is about look at the past in a critic way and not in a nostalgic way. So I call out the guys one day on the beach with a megaphone. That was 1980, and we were at the campground with my friends, and asking from the other side of the beach, "Hey Zello, what do you want for lunch today? A carbonara, matriciana, or cacio e pepe?" And from the other part of the beach, they were send me the order for the lunch. I've been the cook of the group. I always been the cook of the group, with a few coins in my pocket and a pot with boiling water. I was convinced I had reached my culinary expression that summer in Palinuro. But I had never dreamed of being a chef until I actually began, and I became one. Be careful what you wish. It might become true. My passion for the kitchen became with pasta. It began with Nonna Ancella. She was rolling pasta in the kitchen on Sunday, and I was standing out at the table, escaping my older brothers. And she would roll pasta dough 2 times a day for all the brothers, and to make tortellini. And my brothers and I, we were always very hungry. And I remember my grandmother rolling this big sheet of translucent, beautiful yellow pasta, and look in the middle of close to the window that was almost closed. And these beautiful yellow sheets, she was giving the perception if pasta was made for tagliatelle or tortellini. And you need small fingers or a lot of practice to fold tortellini. And the children and the grandmother are the perfect one. The children because they have small fingers, and the grandmothers because they have a lot of experience. Hours around the table folding pasta would reinforce my character, my grandmother said. Look where I am now, still around the table. Just outside the city, uncertain porticos, women continue to fold tortellini, surrounded by chatter, barking dogs, wandering chickens, and grandchild running wild around. How humble pasta can be. Served in big quantities, it is a meal, it is quick, pleasant, convivial, comforting, and forever green. How varied pasta can be. Think of the differences from north to south, east to west. Actually, I have to catch a plane going to Japan, and one of the plates that I'm going to serve in this dinner is going to be Naples meets Hokkaido. It's the concentration of 3 incredible recipes. One is aglio, olio, e peperoncino, the other is spaghetti with clams, and the other is carbonara in a seaside. So switching the egg yolks with sea urchin and transforming the clams, lightly smoked, in guanciale, and compress Italy and Japan in just one simple spaghetto. How generous pasta can be. At times, it almost seems like It is evolving with us, changing based on our lifestyle, habits, taste. Pasta is flexible. It bends, it transforms, and goes to all ends to keep us in its company. Pasta knows no confines. It flourishes in the most inhospitable places. The desire to make a good plate of pasta never wanes, no matter how well you cook or where you call home. And it is almost guaranteed that no one will say, no thank you. But the best thing about pasta is the plates always return clean. My daughter, she's studying in Washington, D.C. at the American University, and she's very popular because in her floor, there's pasta party every night. What is the future of pasta? Pasta is not just what you buy in a box in a supermarket. It is agriculture. It is industry. It is agriculture and industry working together. Most pasta is made with wheat that has gotten a lot of criticism in the last period. Blanching processes are under attack for stripping wheat of its germs, its fiber, and nutrition value. I'm a pasta lover. I'm a traditionalist in memory, but very contemporary in acting. Chef wants to know everything about the ethic of the fish or the fishing, the cheeses, the produce of the meat we serve in our restaurant. But we have to ask ourselves, isn't it about time we ask our question about the pasta we eat daily? How can we safeguard its future? How will pasta evolve? Will it happen in the field? Will it happen in the factories? Will it happen in the kitchen? Where? Let me take a step back. It all begins with education. Today, chefs are trained in culinary schools, and farmers are trained in agricultural schools. What if we bring farmers and chefs together? Chefs and farmers who learn together, develop and research the future of food together. They could be the future. Isn't it time chef knows about soil and farmers learn about flavors? Let me tell you a story. Less than 5 years ago, the CEO of a school, of agricultural school in Castelfranco Emilia in Modena, came to me and asked me to help because the school was going out of business. So with a simple idea saying, let's put a kitchen in the middle of the school and open to a different idea. Because in my mind, I always had the chef of the future, they have to go in the kitchen with the hands dirty of earth and smelling milk. In the moment in which a chef knows how difficult it is to work the field and how incredible it is to milk a cow every day to make Parmigiano Reggiano, is going to use much more carefully the technique he knows. And he's going to use the technique to sublime the product, not to sublime his own ego. So what happened? We had a special program to the School of Culinary Theory and Practice in which future farmers would be learn how to cook and future cooks will learn how to farming process. And after 5 years, the school now is so popular, there is a waiting list to go in. When chefs and farmers start understanding food from each other's perspective, we can generate new ideas, research sustainability and flavor, start a trend that will pave the way for a more delicious, healthier, and sustainable future. This will not happen overnight. First, we have to plant the seed of change in the mind of people. Especially in Italy, it's very difficult, but forget about that. Then we need time, patience, research, and schools. We need future farmers next to the future chefs and future producers. This is very important. We need to share the same language and the same values. What about accountability? It is enough to know that pasta is made in Italy. What do consumers want to know? Where the grains come from? Abruzzo, Basilicata, Australia, Ukraine? Or what kind of farming practices we use? If we don't have good soil, how can we expect to have good grains? How can we expect to have good pasta? The Mediterranean diet promotes eating grains over animal-based proteins. Not only are grains more sustainable because they consume less water, land, and resources, but they can become even more sustainable if certain measures are taken to reduce industrial agriculture and bring back ethical farming practices. We are in an expo. We have slow food back there. We have so many of great producers here. If we begin to shift the way we think about pasta, if we begin to think about making pasta from an heritage grains, whole grains, gluten-free grains, such Southern American quinoa, for example, or old-fashioned spelt, then we are beginning to talk about change. Yes, this is a radical approach, especially for Italian, who are used to a special pasta flavor, cooking time, texture. But let us look at the bigger picture. Asia, Scandinavia, US, Middle East, Africa. If chefs can be involved in the development of flavor at the agricultural level, at the production level, this radical approach becomes a search for flavor, authenticity, and accountability. Pasta is considered comfort food. What if pasta is not only comfort food, but surprise, flavor, innovation, emotion? Now that will be something to chew on. Thank you very much.